We are live. Are we live? We're live. All is well. Let me just double check Aaron here. Let me have a look. That's not even me. Dun, 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 dun. It says we're live there. Let's just check audio levels. We're live there. We are all good. We are good in the hood. So they say, let me just put a little welcome message on here. Hello. Where are you watching from? Who says men can't multitask? Yeah? Who says? Dun, dun, dun. We are good in the hood. There we go. So, had some tech issues last night, but not tonight. Tonight we are going to be running smooth, which is what we want. I've got my brew. I've got a couple of new items as well that I got delivered today that I was quite pleased about. So yeah, hopefully all is well. Is my screen frozen? No, it's not. So yeah, hopefully. Oh, there we go. It's because I paused it. Tech savvy me, guys. Tech savvy indeed. So hopefully we'll have a few familiar faces pop on. I did miss them last night even. So yes, my name is Grant Saunders. I am here to talk to you about tech stuff, talk to you about the stuff that I use for live streaming, talk to you about stuff that I use for going live, as in like one-to-one and like proper face-to-face shows. And as well as that, we'll also just talk about anything and everything, because that's what we talk about. This is more of a get-together and a chat. So let me just plug this iPad in as well. One of the things I like to talk about is the use of an iPad. It is a great tool for live streaming. In fact, it's a fantastic tool for live streaming because it enables you to put everything that you need in one place. So if you're doing your show prep and you want certain things, certain pointers, certain technical specifications, for example, you can load all those up onto your iPad and you can go through those as well. What's cool about them is, now let's be honest, you could put your notes on your phone, but when you see a presenter holding a phone, you think that they're on their phone. So it looks a bit rude. It can break rapport with an audience. An iPad, we're so used to television presenters, game show hosts, professionals with iPads. It does actually enforce that it gives the impression that you have your finger on the pulse when it comes to the latest information, which is why we trust newsreaders when they're going off their iPads as well. And it also means that whilst you're doing your stream or anything like that, then you've got everything that you need to hand here as well. So yes, I do think it's great. This is an iPad mini. I like it because it's just big enough to hold in one hand. And you can use it for kind of doing anything that you need. If you wanted to, and we've got another item in the carousel that kind of talks about this. If you want to, you could actually control your presentation, your PowerPoint, your keynote, your slides. You could actually control those from the iPad themselves. So that really does give you complete control over that presentation. So I'm a big fan of it. It's also great because it's like a multiple use tool. So when you're not streaming, when you're not doing your lives, you can use it for other things as well. I use my iPad for checking in tickets for guests at my bigger shows. Also, I use it for registering people. If I'm doing a talk or a demonstration, I want to get people on my mailing list. I have no qualms that I will say to them, guys, if you want to get the free MP3 download, or if you want to get a copy of the slide deck that we've used today, then please put your details in the email address on this and I will pass the iPad round and people will sign up to my mailing list there and then. This makes it a really powerful tool as well. Also great for just for surfing your social medias, watching Netflix, going on Amazon Live, doing all those other bits and bobs. It's a tool that you can use every day for every different type of job as well. So it's not just for streaming. So in an ideal world, we would have this stuff. Hit the follow button, ask your questions in the chat. Rome, how are you? It feels like ages. I had some technical issues last night, so I think I managed 5 minutes before it booted me off and it wouldn't let me back on. So hopefully you are well, Rome. I've been looking at the stuff you're doing with that YOLO. That looks like an amazing bit of kit. Guys, if you don't know who Rome is, please do give him a follow. It's RomeKnowsTech.live. Is that correct? If it's not correct, drop it in the chat anyway, Rome. It is great to see and hear from you. So yes, the iPad is a great tool for that. Also great for using with the A10 Mini as well. If you've got some graphics on here that you want to use with the A10 Mini, you can load your graphics on here and have them appear on there as well. So it's a great bit of kit for that as well. A couple of things we'll talk through. It's a bit silly, but it's in here as well. That's my You're on Mute mug there. I'm not using it today. I'm using my Down to Earth Florist mug today because they kind of sent me a mug over. And the great thing about that, it's a great gift for someone that's always on Zoom, that is always on mute. I'm terrible for it. I think that's the original reason why I originally got kicked off last night, because you've got to make sure you're not on mute. So yeah, so normally I have that mug, and when I take my sip of my tea, it reminds me to unmute myself. So getting back to the live streaming stuff, where is it? It's here somewhere. This is a great bit of kit. Not expensive at all, less than $13. It's a lightning cable to HDMI converter. So basically that means, nice and simple, you can plug your iPhone, your iPad into a HDMI output. So if you've got a big screen TV, you could put whatever's on your iPad onto the big screen TV. If you're watching films, YouTube, Amazon Lives through your iPad or your phone, you can plug it into a HDMI so you can get it on a big screen TV, into a projector, or whatever else that is that you want. Or if you want to be really clever, you can use it, and if you're doing your presentations, you can plug it into your iPad and then plug it into a projector or a video wall, and your presentation is going to appear on there as well. It makes it really powerful. Even if you don't plan on using your projector or your phone for your presentation, your workshop, do you know what? If you've got something like this in your kit bag, it means you've got something as a backup. So let's say you get to your venue, you get to your conference center, your workshop, your Teams meeting, whatever it is, you get there and there is an issue with their laptop, there's an issue with their equipment. Having something like this to hand means you can literally run straight off your phone, straight off your iPad, and your stuff is backed up. Even if it's not your full presentation, if you've just got a slide deck on there with various different graphics as a backup for your talk, it means that you are in good hands as well. By doing it through the iPad, it also means you've got that kind of the functionality of the iPad, so you can kind of pinch and flick through, and it's a really great bit of kit. But like I say, for less than $15 to have something like that in your kit bag is very, very useful indeed. Just like here, I just plug it into this. Let's do it whilst we're live. That's me plugged into the A10 Mini. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Let's have a look. There we go. That's me plugged in there now. So let me just bring my other camera up so you can see. What can't speak, can't lie. It is a great mug. Let me just pop that on there. That is a great mug. I should buy a few for my fellow Zoom chat. Exactly. Do you know, you'd think by now we would all be kind of, used to it by now, but no, sometimes we still struggle with that mute button. I still do it, which is why I've got the mug. So look at this. I've got picture in picture going on now. That's a bit funky, isn't it? So yeah, so now I've got the iPad going on in here. Let me just move that over on there so you can see. So it means that, I can use that for presentations like this. It says, let's just make that go a bit bigger on the screen there. And so if I'm doing that talk, that presentation, I can use the iPad, zoom in on certain bits here. I can flick through, I can talk about them. Let's just put it side by side so then we've got a better view of it. So yeah, so if I'm talking about that one, I can talk about it. I can flick through to the next slide if I want to. I can flick through to the next slide again. And again, because I've got the iPad, I can just pinch in and kind of zoom in on Alan's face there and we can talk about that. And again, this is all just being run off the iPad. Again, you could use your phone on this. Grant, I'm a fan, bro, but where is the monkey? He's there. Look, he's there. He is there. Oh, it's behind me, isn't it? It's behind me. Let me just there we go. There he is. I was saying this last night, actually. People just come for the monkey, which is fine by me. So yeah, that is the purple monkey. Matt, it is great to see you as well, and it's great to see that you know Rome as well. So yes, Rome, do drop your link in the comment section as well. If anyone doesn't know Rome, then do give him a follow. Yes, Matt, how is your day? I have no complaints, doing well. I hope you are doing well also, Rome. I'm going to have to create an animated monkey for your stream. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. That would be cool. Yes. That would be cool, Rome. You are a absolute star. Rome will know about this. It's the importance of lighting. And this is not just when you're live streaming, but when you're doing Zoom meetings as well. When we talked about Zoom earlier, we get that fatigue because we've all got those Zoom windows now looking like celebrity squares where everyone's at in a beige room with their laptop on the coffee table, looking up their nose, and nothing's kind of looking very glamorous. If you get your lighting right, it just means that it's easier for you to pop on screen. If you're the brightest thing on your window, then the eyes are unconsciously drawn to you. It's an old stage trick. In the old theatre days, when I do theatre shows, I have my sound and lighting technicians are told that at the end of the show, when there's the big finale and we go for the applause, good light can take 10 years off. Just say, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm only 27 in certain lights, like really dim ones. So at the end of the show, the lighting guys are told to, once we've had the big finale and the applause starts, they raise my stage lights up a little bit to make me even brighter. And this has an unconscious effect on the audience as well. If you're the brightest thing on stage, the eyes are drawn to you. So good lights make a massive difference. Let me just show you. That is the Neewer softbox light there. As you can see, your eyes are drawn straight to it because it's the brightest thing on the screen when you do that. I use this one. I have a ring light here to create some of these shadows, a bit of depth and texture. And I have the Neewer softbox light here to just light up these areas here as well. Because if I didn't have them there, this area would go really dark and it would look a bit moody as well. I quite often switch this light off. I'm not going to do it today because it can add some variety. But with this particular Neewer photography video lights, you could adjust the brightness, the temperature. You can have the white LED like what we've got here, or you can go with a more orangey, warmer one as well. I have the ring light on a slightly warmer one, so you'll notice there is a difference in the lighting and the texture on the face as well. I do want to play around with some coloured lights on the side as well. I do have some down here on the floor. And you can see there as he just moves it around. But I'm looking at some different ones to go on my face as well. But yeah, lighting is really up there with like any type of presentation. Even if you were doing a talk, a presentation at work, a face-to-face, lighting is important. I see this a lot of time when people do presentations. So they've got like a little projector that's going to bring the slides up behind them. And so the lights in the room are dimmed a little bit. The problem with that is that means you're dimmed as well. So anytime you can try and find some natural light in order to really build you up, then go for it. Like here, I mean, the lights aren't switched off in the studio, switched on in the studio, but I've got a light just above me here. Find out where the good spot is in your office, in the place that you're doing your presentation, and stand like just behind where the light's coming down so that you are then lit really well. This will make it's just an unconscious difference to the audience. But if you're dull, and the room's dull, it's easy for people to just drift off. That's not what you want. You want them to be focused on you and the message that you deliver. And again, what you don't want is your projection, your slides to be super bright and you to be dark then, because again, it takes away from your message. So always try and find the light and use that light in your favor. I always say if you can get some elevation as well, if you can be a little bit higher, that helps. But it's not necessary. But if you're well lit and if you're conscious of that lighting, it just helps you step up a little bit. It makes you stand out from your competitors, your co-workers, and helps you do really well. So yes, that's my top tip, is about lighting. But like I say, even the lighting in the room, make sure you position yourself, where you've got that good light, so that you're the brightest thing that people are looking at. Oh, excuse me. Confidence, but it is not the coronavirus. I've been tested. I keep testing myself. But yeah, I definitely caught some plane germs when I was recently traveling. I had a really cool voice for a little while. I was quite impressed with my very husky voice that I had, but unfortunately, that seems to be going back to normal now. For those that don't know, obviously you might be able to tell from the accent, I am streaming to you live from Yorkshire in England. Do let me know where you are watching from as well. It's always interesting to know where people kind of catch these streams from and what you're up to today as well. It is Saturday. It is the middle of the weekend. It's my favourite day of the week. I don't know. I think Sunday's my favourite day of the week, actually. But I do like a good Saturday. Mini tripod. This is my travel buddy, my travel companion. 24-inch, 12.5-inch as it's small like this. But when fully extended, it goes up to 24-inch. It's got the adjustable anti-slip feet on the bottom there. Just get the autofocus to catch on that. And it's not playing. There you go. Perfect. Nice and adjustable. It's a little red metal alloy. Nice and sturdy. You've got 360-degree rotation, as you would expect from a tripod. It's got everything you would expect from a tripod. The quick release plate on the top. And again, it's Neewer. It's a trusted brand, good quality. But because of its size, it fits perfectly in my cabin bag. So it always knows. It always goes with me and I'm not going to lose it. What's great is I'm in the hot state of Texas. Texas, that is really cool. Matt has followed. Matt, thank you very much for your follow. The monkey salutes you and does you a little dance. Thank you for that follow, Matt. It does mean a lot. If you do follow, I don't want the monkey to die. If you do follow, I don't get any of your data. Invite your friends. Let's make it a party. If you do follow, I don't get any of your details, but it just means that Amazon thinks that you like me and it shows me to more people. I'm sure it does something. Hot state of Texas. I've not been to Texas. I have a good friend of mine, Brenda Kay. She lives in Texas. And I never understand if I was to live in America, I would live in a warm bit. I don't like the cold, but yeah, Texas, that is cool. Yeah. Have you always lived in Texas? Texas born and bred, or is it somewhere you moved to? So let's just get into this as well. 4-port USB. Don't come here, bro. It's very hot in summer. Yeah, I quite like the hot, but I can imagine in summer it is very hot. I suppose that's the downside. Nice. Let me just find out where. I've actually moved a load of my stuff around because I was doing a live event for the local council for the head teachers association. So I had to take all my streaming stuff so that they could do like a hybrid meeting with it. 4-port USB hub. It's about as exciting as it gets really for a 4-port USB hub. Basically, that one is used for charging my road mics. I'm a biker. It's so hot on a ride in just boots and a thong. Now I have a mental image that I don't particularly want home. That should go on a t-shirt, I think. Yeah, I can imagine if you're in all the protective gear on a hot day, that is not going to be good. Yeah, bless. When I was just recently over in St. Louis, I hired rented a big, like, proper hillbilly truck. I had a little trucker's cap on and everything. It was completely impractical for the amount of mileage that I was doing and the shows that I was doing over there. But I kind of really wanted to get involved in that. But I think next time I'm over, I think I would like to hire a bike. Yeah. and kind of do some actual touring. I've not ridden the bike in quite a long time, to be fair, but I was a bit of a fair weather biker. So yes, yeah, definitely. The camera that I'm currently using now, I get quite a lot of compliments on. It is the Canon M50. I have the pancake lens on this one, not the kit lens, and that just gives me that kind of shallow depth of field, which I like for stuff like that. So it shows the product off, and you can see my face is very blurred in the background there. Oh, there we go. And so that, I think, is a great bit of kit. One of the things I like about this as well as the shallow depth of field, I've got the little flip out screen at the front, so it's quite intuitive. I can make adjustments to it as we are live. And most importantly, I can come out on the USB to this, so I don't need any additional capture cards or anything like that. It just uses the Canon utility software, so it goes straight into the computer on the USB, and everything is cool with that. What's great about this camera in particular, I mean, I've got the small rig cage on it as well, just to make it look a bit more beefier, but it's like a big little camera. If you want to just take a camera out to just take some touristy snaps, it's okay for that type of thing. Where sometimes if you've got like a big professional camera, it looks like you're doing something serious. Whereas this, you can just have it in your kit bag, get it out and snap away. And again, record some stuff as well. I have the Weebill S gimbal. And once you put it in the gimbal with like a bigger lens on it, it looks like you've got something professional as well. So it's proper in the middle of the road as well. Rosie P is here. Hello, Rosie. How are you? Feels like ages since we spoke, Rosie. I think it's about a week. Hopefully you are well, Rosie. You'll have to excuse the casual attire. It's Saturday. I thought I'm not going to wear a shirt today. I'm just going to put a hoodie on. And it's dark as well. I don't normally like dark clothing when I'm streaming. Whereabouts are you from, Rosie? I think we've asked this before. Ron was just telling us he was in nice sunny Texas. Is it warm where you are? Ron was actually telling us about him riding his bike in just his boots a moment ago, which is interesting to say the least. Lighting wise, for coloured lights, I've got these 36 LEDs. Great little kind of park-on lights or par lights. Great for stage, but also great for, like we're doing here, for just lighting stuff up architecturally. Let me just move that one around a little bit. There we go. As you just see that I move it and light it up, that's a lot better. These are great lights for, again, very versatile. If I'm doing like tomorrow, I'm at a trade show in the morning, I'll take my pop-up banners. I've got my table with my Lego head on there, and then I'll use these lights just at the bottom of my pop-up banners to light up those pop-up banners. So when people come into the event, they kind of see that something's going on, and it makes it a bit more of an event. They kind of go, oh, what's that? Oh, it's Grant the Hypnotist. And they come over and then we can chat there. You look good, handsome as always. I'm in the use. Oh, thank you very much. I do like a compliment. Will you go live at the event? Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. I will, whenever I'm at an event, I do always go live, but I go live onto my Facebook group as a way of encouraging people to go down there. But I think that might be a good idea, actually, to do a Amazon Live whilst out and about, because that's the great thing about this platform we can do. Thank you very much, Rosie P. So yeah, warm parts of America. That's where I should be. I should be in some American warm parts. Oh, there we go. Sorry. It's I'm in one of those moods tonight. How are you keeping, Rosie? Are you well? That's the important thing. So yeah, so these lights, they've got DMX controller. Where you have a Facebook group, send me the link after. Oh, absolutely, yes. I've got groups coming out my ears. I have my Sunday sessions, which I do like some mindset, feel good stuff. I do my interviewing other hypnotists. Yeah, I shall send you some stuff, Rome. Oh, a car show. I've not been to a car show for ages, and I love those. They used to be massive here in the UK. That is really cool. Oh, that's the best way to spend a Saturday. I have this image in my head now of you, Rose, at a car show. That is a good image, I think. Yes. So yes, these lights are DMX controllable. You can also control them with this said remote control. Nice and simple. There's 9 modes. So you've got like strobe, color chase, pulse, fade. Big bike events riding season. I did one of my most interesting hypnosis shows I ever did was for the Outlaws motorcycle group. That was an interesting show. Yeah, it was one for the book, that one, I believe. Great guys, if they're watching. They're great guys. But I remember there was a big sign on the wall that said Outlaws Motorcycle Group, 1%ers. And when I asked what the 1% meant, yes, then you probably know. When I asked what the 1% meant, apparently some sheriff in America said most biker groups are good people. It's just the 1% that give everyone else a bad name. You're in a club. What's your club? Are you like a scary biker? It's like Sons of Anarchy. Do I have to be nice, Joe? You're going to all turn up and scare me. Yeah. We do an event in the UK as well called the Bulldog Bash. That's a Hells Angels event. That's another great event as well. Yes. It's weird. I mean, especially as guys, I think we've got to be part of clubs, gangs, not gangs, but clubs. It does give us a sense of identity and community. I think it is important as well. Yeah. Yeah. You've got a great town, Rosa. Why would they not want to love to come in and visit? Going through my best friend is a biker. Have you ridden a bike? Have you ever been on a motorcycle? I've been very, very careful how I worded that, just in case it went down a different path, Rosie. I'm trying to be good today. So yeah, let's get back to some stuffs. I have the Philips monitor here as well, which again, this is used. You should give it a try. There is something really cool about even. Yeah. Rome's got a bike. There is something really cool about that feeling of, one, the control, but two, the freedom. It is absolutely amazing. So yes, where am I up to? I'm getting myself lost here now. I'm trying to behave. So yeah, that's a Philips monitor. It's a great external monitor. You've got 2 bikes. Oh, what bikes have you got? I think I've seen a photo or video of one of them. 2 bikes, that's just greedy. The Philips monitor is great as an external monitor, HDMI, power cable, everything you'd expect from it. And it's Philips, so it's a good brand as well. This one in particular, I use just for my streaming stuff. A Hayabusa, that is a bike. That's a serious bit of kit. Wow. Cool bike. That is a cool bike. I'm not an expert in bikes, but I know that is a cool bike. Yeah. Nice. I'm a bit jealous. Yeah. So the Philips monitor, it packs flat, also can pole mount as well. And it is great for, as I'm using it here, as you can see, I've got the Atem Mini running through it. So it means I can see everything that's going on screen, which is not a lot at the moment. Let me just pop this back up. And you'll see that I've got the different stuffs going on screen. Dun, dun, dun. He says, there you go. So I can then see the different things that are on screen. Follow and ask your questions. Yes, any questions you do have, please do ask them. I can tell you about the stuff that I know, and I can probably try and make up the rest, to be fair. But we've got some experts in the comment section as well. Rome is an expert of the highest caliber. Yes, And Rosie P is has some skills as well, I imagine. So yeah, sorry, I am in a funny mood tonight. I'll just show you then the ATEM Mini. This is the Mini Pro. And again, the reason why I like this is it's a 4-unit HDMI switcher. That basically means I can put in 4 HDMI inputs, so that can be cameras, laptops, iPads, or whatever. Something that I guess so. Absolutely, we've all got skills. Stay focused, Grant. Stay focused. It's a 4-unit. So, like for the event that I was on about earlier, where we've got the conference, it's a hybrid event as well. So we'll have one main camera on the presenter. We'll have a camera kind of side view and a roaming for the audience as well. And then we'll have another one with the Teams meeting. Got to have skills to pay the bill. Absolutely. Skills pays the bills. That's a t-shirt if ever I saw one. And so again, and we'll have graphics on one of the laptops running into it as well. Because this is the Pro, it means it's got the HDMI out, so you can put it into a monitor so you can see the preview of everything that's going on there as well. So that really helps with, like, you can see the audio on here. That's the audio levels that can be controlled from that. You can see the different camera things and you can bring up the previews. So that makes a big difference. And what's really cool is, let's say you've got 3 or 4 cameras as well. If you've got one of these, you don't need to get capture cards for each one of those as well. Yes, absolutely right. Skills pays the bills. So yeah, it's a great bit of kit. I mentioned it earlier. I've got the Neewer 18-inch ring light. This is where I always kind of come unstuck. I'll just quickly show you what that looks like, just in case you don't know what a big ring light looks like. There it is. I have that just set to the side, 45-degree angles to the left, and then 45-degree angles up, just to kind of give me that light here, just to make it look a little bit different. Adjusting my hair, trying to make myself look the best. What's great about this light is, because of its size, 18 inches a decent size, so I'm told. It means that if you're doing like product stuff, you can get your camera in the middle of that ring and you've got that light all around. I don't put my camera in there. When I first got this, I wanted it right in front of me, which is why I got the big one, so it would light all my face. But then when your face doesn't have any shadows, it doesn't look natural. But I now use it as my main kind of key light. It's got the controls on the front, so I can adjust the warmth, the temperature, and all that. And it's got a really sturdy tripod. A lot of these light things don't have. As a man, we should light with shadows in mind. We need shadows to show the shape of the face. Absolutely, absolutely. It's all about the shadows. But yeah. The tripod on it's really sturdy and solid, so I have used it for mounting stuff on before previously as well. And Rome knows about lighting. Rome is a phenomenal photographer as well. Rome, do please put your link in the chat as well, so if anybody is watching that doesn't follow, can follow as well. And guys, if you are just lurking and wondering about asking questions, please do. I say unmute, but the reality is if you're muted, you can't hear me ask you that. So if I go like this, it means unmute, and ask the questions as well, and follow. Following is always good. I always use my smartphone in a smartphone holder. It is just to the side here, and I use, excuse the arm as I come across the camera, iPhone 12. I use it for the app to run this Amazon Live, but it is a great bit of kit. For a lot of stuff, to be fair. It's a great camera. It's got a great battery life on it. But the reality is I know, right? Saying unmute is still, I say it also. I know, yeah, it isn't it. Just unmute, and everyone's like, I don't know it. We should maybe learn sign language. Yeah, I suppose it is habit. But yeah, I did used to have a little graphic at the bottom that said unmute, but I appear to have lost it for now. I do think it's weird that people watch these on mute. Like what are they doing? Like, why would you watch an Amazon Live on mute? It's a bit. If you're watching on mute, I mean, you can't hear us. But what are you doing? unmute us, listen to what we waffle on about, rather than just staring at us with no sound on. It's a bit creepy. Anyway, I must admit, I'm a big fan of the Amazon Live community as well. So I am joking when I say it's creepy to watch us on mute. If you want to watch on mute, watch on mute. What you do in your own time is your own business. So yeah, going back to the iPhone 12. I'm a big fan of Apple products as well. Anyway, I know that's odd. Exactly. I don't get it. I do not. But there's a lot of things I don't get. So yeah. Great thing with the iPhone is you've got a really good quality camera, video camera, audio recorder in your back pocket with you the whole time. So if you're at an event or somewhere like the Borough, you can literally get it out and start recording and get that stuff out there. You don't have to spend loads of money. You don't have to have the most up-to-date one. But the iPhone is just, and the iPhone 12, the quality of the camera in there is absolutely phenomenal. The only thing I would suggest is if you are using it for streaming or recording video, I mean, I've got the Apple AirPods Pro, which again, I absolutely love these. They're a great addition for your iPhone. And, you know, the camera on these, the camera on them, there is no camera on these. The microphone on these is really good quality. And it enables you to kind of be stood away from your phone and use the mic on these as well, so you don't get that drop off. It's not a professional mic, but it is definitely better than just using the microphone that is inbuilt on the iPhone, especially if you've got it in a tripod stand, like this sort of thing. And then you're stepping away from it, you're going to start picking up lots of the room noise from there as well. When you get these, they've got this little rubber ring on the front. He says, see if you can capture that. You get 3 different sizes of these. So that means you can get a really snug fit. So it fits perfectly in your ear. If you keep putting them back in the case like I do, the battery lasts for ages. I think it's 24 hours you can get out of them if you keep putting them back in there to charge. You've got transparency mode, which for me, I really like. If I'm out for a walk, I'll have them on transparency mode because I can hear the music or the audio coming through, but I can still hear what's going on around me, kind of with the ambient noise. It lets that noise play into your ear as well. If you don't need to be aware of your surroundings, you can put it in like noise cancellation mode, and that does exactly what it says. It cancels out the background noise, so you just get the pure audio in your ears as well. I love good quality audio, and the audio on these is absolutely spot on. They have a couple of really weird features as well. One's like dynamic audio. So if you're watching something like Apple TV on your iPad or whatever product, and you move your head, it knows that you've moved your head and it will still keep the sound coming from the point that it should be coming from, which is really weird. And one of the features I love on these is you can have it set to listen to the microphone on your phone. So what does that mean? That means you can leave your phone on the side and put your AirPods in and listen to what's going on in the room when you're not there, or if you're at a restaurant and you can't hear what's going on down the other end of the table, you can just slide your phone down and that is all good. Microphone wise, let me just show you a couple of different options here. There's the Rode Wireless Go. I think more live streams show print QR codes for their live streams page so more people can find them. That's a good idea, actually. I suppose show print QR code. I love how QR codes have come back in. And I think that's down to the pandemic. It's like QR codes were there, but no one was really using them for the last few years. The pandemic's come out and everyone's kind of using them again now. Yeah, that is a good idea. I might get one done. Yeah. So yeah, the Rode Wireless Go. These are really compact, but really good quality microphones. You've got transmitter, receiver. What's cool with these, it's a single button to switch on here. That's the transmitter. You'll see the 2 blue lights pop up on here. There you go. That would just clip on anywhere that you want. And that works fine. I like to have the lav mic with these as well. On the receiver end here, you'll see that you've got, you can see the audio levels and the battery level indicator there as well. And you've got these little clips on them, which is exactly the same size clip as if you wanted to put it into a hot or cold shoe mount on your camera or your excuse me, or your small rig cage or whatever it is you need to do. It's a really great bit of kit. If you're going to use it for a streaming mic, this is the one that it comes with. It's a black end water. Yes, I've got tea, but I've still got a bit of a tickly cough from when I went away the other week. So so the cable it comes with is this one. So you got the two black ends on there as well. But if you're going to use it for streaming or use it with your phone, you then want to get, let me just highlight it in the carousel because I did skip past it earlier. You then want to get yourself one of these. This is a TRS to TRRS cable. You'll notice that one side's black, one side's grey. Basically what that means is in your 3.5mm socket on your MacBook or on your phone, it basically has 3 rings. One's for, I believe it's power, one's for audio, and one's for a microphone, and one's for a headphone. But you need to convert it. So this takes it from a 2-ring to a 3-ring. So then you can use the Rode Wireless Go with your iPhone or with your MacBook plugged into the 3.5mm socket, and it makes all the difference. It then means you're not tied to where you are, and you can move around and the audio follows you, and it's spot on. I like to use the lav mic with my Rode. There it is. Just because it's a bit more discreet, and it just enables you to kind of for me, it makes me look like a bit like a newsreader. So it makes me think that I'm a bit posher. Only because I don't like, and we spoke about this earlier, about like the bright things on screen. So for me, if I'm doing like my Sunday sessions and I've got this clipped on here, that to me is distracting for the person watching. So I try not to, there we go, I'm just going all over the shop again. I try not to use that by itself, but if I've got the lavalier mic plugged in, I can plug it in down here, and it's a bit more discreet. Let me just switch that off so I don't waste the battery in it. And obviously another great bit of an accessory for it is the, let me just put it up here. Is the Rode Interview Go. Now, this effectively is just a posh stick. That's all it is. That there, the Rode Wireless Go slides into there. You put it on there, and you've got a microphone that you can interview people with. But it is effectively just a stick. There's no electrical components to this whatsoever. But I thought, since I've got the lav mic as well, I thought I would get one with it just to have the full kit. It does have a great feel to it, a great quality feel to it. So I would recommend getting it. And so, yeah. Mic wise, where is it? It's not here, it's there. Normally, or if I'm traveling, this is the mic that I like to use. It's a great little compact USB microphone. This is the Rode NT USB Mini. Look at that. I mean, for me, it looks really nice. That's what helps. It's a bit mucky at the moment because it goes in my kit bag with me. At the front there, you've got the audio control for if you have the headphones in. On the back, you have a 3.5mm socket for said headphones and a USB-C. Really good quality build. You got the Rode branding on top there as well, just so you can have that just in line of sight on your stream. When I'm traveling, this comes with me. It's got a screw thread on the bottom so you can put it on a mic stand. It also comes with a desk mount with a rubber ring so it doesn't transfer any desk noise into the microphone. What's cool with this is if you use the Rodecaster software, you can plug in up to 4 USB. I talk about that mic every day. It's very good. Isn't it just? It's an absolutely, I keep saying at some point this week, I'm going to do a side-by-side with this Shure mic and this mic. But it is my go-to mic. And because it's so, I mean, the build quality on it is, I mean, it's got a good weight to it, which is why it will always go in my kit bag. Because that way, you know, when I'm traveling, I've still got a good mic that I can use for when I'm streaming whilst I'm out and about as well. Something that I don't use that often, but it's still a great bit of kit, is my Logitech StreamCam. When you start streaming, I always say start where you are. But unfortunately, a lot of times people, you know, the inbuilt camera on your laptop generally isn't going to be that good. There's only so much technology can fit into a gap that size. So there isn't a massive sensor, you know, so it, you know, the lenses can't be massive. So as soon as you can get an external camera, a webcam of any type, it's always going to be better than the one that comes with the computer. Logitech were the industry standard for years with like the C920 and the Brio, and then they brought out the StreamCam, which is a funny little webcam, to be fair. I mean, it's got a decent size lens on it. It's got a stereo mic in there. It's got a decent unit depth and a good length of cable. They come in a couple of different colors as well. You get this one and like a white one. What's weird about it is in the software, you can adjust the angle. So you can be portrait and landscape, or the other way around. So if you're doing stuff for TikToks or YouTube Shorts, you know, you can actually record stuff that way as well. Again, with the software that this comes with, you can add filters, borders, text, all that type of stuff. You've just got to sign up. There's no cost to it. But again, if I'm traveling, this is a great backup camera to go in your kit bag. Big fan of it. The price of those when the pandemic hit went through the roof. Like, it was nuts. But, you know, the price of them now, like $70. Wow. I paid 3 times that for mine. But at the time when the pandemic happened, everyone was going online. One of my newest bits of kit is this particular microphone I'm on now. I'm still finding my feet with it, but let me just bring it up so you can see it there. This is the Shure MV7. It's USB and XLR, which is what I thought was really cool. So as I upgrade to go into XLR sound, that's a great thing. I really like the level indicator on here as well. I'm a single mom and learned a lot from you and about other electronics, other things. It helps with it, and everything I need to buy is on here. And I'm absolutely. And that's. I mean, I always trying to say that as well. That it's not always about spending money. It's about starting where you are and slowly building up with what you've got as well. So hopefully you enjoy these conversations as well, Rosie P. Because for me, you know, I'm not a salesy guy. I actually enjoy the community. I like coming on here and waffling on, really. But yeah, so thank you. So I wanted to just upgrade the sound just a little bit more. Some great software that comes with this as well. I'm still tweaking and finding the sound where like mouth positions and stuff, because mouth position is very important when it comes to sound. Absolutely. Rosie, behave. You'll get me into trouble. But yes, mouth position is very important when it comes to audio. Shure is, I use Shure when I'm on stage. Rode is great for video stuff. What's great about this is it's got, again, a couple of different features, and it's designed with podcasters in mind. So it kind of gets rid of that room noise and gives you a bit of a richer sound as well. So hopefully you can appreciate the sound. It's got a good little case on it, so you can mount it kind of upside down if you want to go for that podcaster look. Again, I like to be on the on my mic stand here in front of me, and again, that little level indicator. So if I'm talking here, I can see where that level indicator is there as well. And again, you can adjust the volumes and gains actually on the mic itself, which I think is really important. A couple of something that I've got that's a bit different and a bit new. I'll show it before going to other stuff. Is I got this today. I don't know if you can see that with the light on it. It's a Square card reader. Now, what's cool about these is you just connect this to an app on your phone. And like tomorrow when I'm at that event, if somebody wants to pay a deposit for a show or to buy my services or whatever it is that they do, I can literally just press a button on here and then they just literally either tap their credit card or bank card onto here, or they just slide it into the bottom there and it processes that payment for them. It's a company called Square. It is really good and useful, especially if you are doing trade shows, live events, or that type of thing. It just enables you to kind of, you help someone make that purchase decision there and then you have to send them away or send them an invoice or do anything like that. Whereas with this, if someone's keen and goes, right, I'd like to book your show for this date, literally you can go, right, that's fine. I can click on my phone. In fact, you know what? Can I show it you on here? It's just an app on my phone. Skip walkthrough. See there, you'll just see on there. There's an app on my phone there. And I've just got two things there. I've got show MP3. So after I do a live show, that's awesome. It's small too. Small things can be good, Rosie. But yeah, again, it's for packing. For me, everything's got to be able to be packed small. So I've got show deposit and hypnosis USB. So after I do my live show, I have a series of like personal development audios, MP3s that I stick on a USB stick. So normally the spiel is, you've seen The Power of the Mind. If you'd like to purchase one of these, they're $9.99, or if you want a USB stick with all of it in, it's just $20. But I can just click that on there. It puts the charge on there, and then they just take that. Exactly. They just take the payment instantly. And I think it's in my bank within 2 business days. It also connects to a Wi-Fi printer if they need a receipt, or you can just email that receipt to them as well. But it also has some kind of like management software as well, so you can get the emails, the contact details, and all the details of the person that's doing it. So again, it's all good ways of kind of monetizing the stuff that you do. And if you're doing any type of live event, to have something where you can do your talk, your presentation, and afterwards say, if you've enjoyed this, then you can purchase this thing. It's a great way of doing it. Or if somebody sees the show or goes to a talk that I do and goes, I'd like to book you for a private one-on-one session, I can send them my Calendly link. And then that takes the payment for them straight away and books them in, and it automates the whole process. It stops that, the email tennis you can get involved with sometimes, where you're having to figure out dates, times, and all that type of stuff. So I'm a massive fan of that, and I'll be putting that to the test tomorrow. So yeah, it's called Square, and again, it's a great bit of kit. A couple of little things before we finish. And we are almost done. It's a couple of little gimbals. I like this one. This is the DJI Osmo 2. I've had this for years. And again, talk about using what you've got. I've had, like I say, I had this for a long time. I don't use it that often now, but it comes with a great little protective case on there as well. And this is a 3-axis gimbal for a smartphone. What's great about that is when you're using your phone for recording anything, even for selfies, you're always going to get that bounce as you walk and move around. This prevents that. It kind of looks after it. 3-axis, so you kind of got that way, and that way. What's cool about this as well is you can mount it on a tripod through the screw thread at the bottom, and you can have it face track you. So if I'm doing a talk, and if anybody does any type of public talk in any way, shape, or form, record it. Always record it. So I can put this in a tripod, put my phone in there, have it track my face. So if I'm walking up and down the stage, this is still following me and making sure that that's being recorded. But here's the thing of why you should record it. A couple of reasons. One, you get to watch it back, and it's awkward watching yourself back perform, but that's how you improve. So you get to watch it back and see, oh, maybe I said too many times. I'm a big I all the time. So I can watch that back and go, wow, I need to do that. Maybe I shouldn't stand like that. Maybe I need to do more gestures with my hands. So it's a great way of critiquing yourself. most importantly, it's a great way of covering your behind as well. A good friend of mine was doing a conference in the States last week, and a guy jumped on stage and, I say assaulted him. The guy assaulted him, tried to stop the show and caused all sorts of kerfuffle. Luckily, I had that recorded, and the guy was making all sorts of accusations, but that made sure that he was safe and well protected. And it's also great for afterwards. You can then break down those clips and use that to promote your talk or your presentation in the future. Another one, I don't use this half as often as I'd like to, but again, in 2 weeks' time, I'm doing the Welsh Extreme. And again, I'm going to do an Amazon Live from the Welsh Extreme, which is extreme because that's streaming live from in a quarry in a forest in the middle of Wales. When I'm there, I take the camera, the Canon M50, and that goes in this bit of kit, which is the Weebill S. What's great about this, I'll just get it out here a little bit for you, just to show you a little bit of it, is look at that. It's tiny for what it is. But once you put the camera in there and everything else, it looks like you've got a really very impressive bit of kit. So people tend to move out of your way when you're recording because it looks like you're part of a proper film crew. And it's a fantastic gimbal. It keeps the camera, even with a decent lens on the front, it keeps the camera very sturdy as well. I will make sure that we do a special one about the Amazon Live in Wales, because each year we try and, add more to this event. Now, like I said, this is an area where there is no internet whatsoever, but we live stream a 4x4 off-roading event. We have people out in the field using their iPhones, coming back to the hut. We've got solar powered units with Wi-Fi repeaters going off there. But this time we are actually using Starlink. So hopefully the internet in the middle of nowhere should be fantastic, but it's the first time we're trialing it. So we have got wireless HDMI, we've got drones, we've got off-road trucks, and we've got Starlink to kind of broadcast that stuff back to us. It is the weekend of, let me show you when. It is the 4th and 5th of June. So most of the event will be happening on the 4th of June, round about kind of this time-ish, maybe a bit earlier. I'll schedule that well in advance, and I'll be talking about the stuff of going live whilst being out in the field as well. So it'll be less limited stuff that I've got here, but the ATEM Mini is still going, the monitor's still going, the cameras will still be going, and we'll probably be talking about more of the wireless HDMI as well, which is really good for getting in the arena when the trucks are bouncing around everywhere. But yes, definitely. That will be an interesting one. Yeah, it is really cool. They all take the mick out of me because they call me Princess because I don't like getting muddy. And as you can imagine, it's a very muddy event. It is one of Europe's most extreme off-roading events. And we were one of the first people to take this amateur sport and broadcast it as a live stream as well. It's called the Welsh 150. It is great. It sounds like an advert for the show, but it's more of an advert for the tech and how we make it work in the field. Because live streaming in the middle of nowhere, in a forest with no line of sight, it does have its challenges. And it's great to see how it's evolved over the time as well. Speaking of time, I think that is my time. I have really enjoyed tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great to see Rome and Rosie, the two R's. Guys, if you are just watching this now, please do give me a follow. And if not, then please do join me the next time I'm live as well. Rosie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Rome, again, an absolute pleasure. And anybody else that is watching that's not on mute, thank you very much for taking this time with me. And I shall see you again soon. Take care. Good night. God bless. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Andrew.